Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Ray. And a few days ago in class, we were looking uh, at a video that has taken the YouTube charts by storm, and that's Gangnam Style. And we looked at how quickly that rose to 1 billion views, which, as you can see here from this graph, compared to the video that previously was the first to hit a billion views. Or no, I'm sorry, this is Justin Bieber's Baby, and well, it's not Justin Bieber's Baby, but it's his video, and data that shows how quickly his video received views. And they were mentioning in this YouTube blog that Gangnam Style is the first video to hit a billion views, passed up Baby, which is previously the video with the most views, and also passed up the video that we're going to look at right now, which is the one of the more recent videos to be doing really well, and that is Call Me Maybe. So one of the things that we've been talking about is that there are tons of relationships between things, and as good little junior mathematicians, we need to find the relationships and see if there are patterns. And that is what math is all about. It's not necessarily all about the equations and the numbers, but finding the relationships and the patterns that exist, and then using math to describe that. So we're going to take a look at this data, which I had given you, that shows on the left side of the table there the amount of days that it had been up on YouTube, and then on the right hand column the number of views in millions that it had in total as of that day. So we see here on day 6 that there were 4 million views for that video. So we want to know what kind of relationship is going on here, and so this is the data that we're going to be working with. And whenever we look for a relationship, there are a couple of different ways that we can look for relationships in data. The first way that we can look for a relationship is we can look for it in a table. And sorry that the writing looks kind of silly or kindergartenish, but I've got my little tablet working over here, and it's a little tough to watch yourself writing on a computer screen and your hands doing something with the tablet on the right hand side over here. So anyway, second thing, after a table, we can also look at a graph. And it's not exactly in this order. You don't have to go in this order, but these are the 3 things that we've identified over the past semester as things that would help us to understand the relationship between the numbers. And the last part that we have looked at is an equation. Okay, so right here we have a table, and we haven't done a whole lot in class yet with working in tables in our calculator, but we'll do some more of that this semester. But with that table, one of the best things that you can do is not just write it in like on a computer, but put it in a place that you can do some analysis. So I've already got the table here in our Texas Instruments Inspire software. This would look like your computer screen. But let's say that you have the home screen. You would go to a number 1 new document, and you would want to start a list and spreadsheet, because that's where we're going to have that table function. And don't forget, after you begin to put in your numbers, that it's really important to label what each one is. Okay. So we've done all that, and we have this this table ready to go. And so part 1 checked off. We've got a table. Okay, so what can we do with it? The next thing would be try to figure out the relationship by looking at the graph. If we were to graph those points, what would it tell us about the relationship? So what we're going to do is go back here and insert a new page up here where it says plus page. It's in blue, so I'll go do a control, doc, and we're going to add in a number 5, data and statistics. And when we do that, you notice that the points don't make any sense. They're just kind of all over the place. but it says click to add variable. So on your handheld, you could click tab, and it asks you which variable do you want to be x. And don't just pick the first one alphabetically. A lot of people just sort of skim over this, but it's really important. And let's look at what what we might use when we're figuring out if it's going to be if x is going to be days. As you see, we have a choice of days or views. What is x going to be? What is y going to be, days or views? So here's one way that we can look at it, is we can go back and we can look at our good buddy delta y over delta x. And if I choose y to be views, then it would be delta y over delta x would be, I'm studying views per day. If I choose y to be days, then I might be studying days per view. Okay, so what makes more sense in our study here? Do we want to be looking, or do we want to look at how many views that video got per day, or how many days it took for the video to get one view? Well, the way that we talk about it, the way that YouTube talks about it, is how many views the video gets in a certain day. So we're going to look at views per day and get rid of days per views, which means that views is going to be my y and days will be my x.